Ready to travel again? Naturopathic Dr. Joyce Johnson joins us with health tips to keep in mind if you're heading out. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me today.
So I guess digestive problems are kind of the biggest travel woe.
Yes, because you know what? When people start to travel, then it disrupts their schedule. So often it disrupts not only, eating patterns, but it's also maybe the food choices that you're making. For some people, it causes a little bit of stress and anxiety, and that can change the gut flora. So the gut flora is our digestive bacteria. So we have good and bad, and sometimes the bad can take over. So one of the best ways that you can sort of ward off these sort of bad bacteria in your gut is to incorporate good healthy bacteria. So you can get them out of food sources like kefir, kombucha. You can get it out of yogurt, even fermented vegetables like sauerkraut, pickles. These are also great sources. Or to make it a little bit easier and a little more compliant when you are traveling, you can take it in a supplement form as well.
Okay, I love the idea of pickles because I love
Love
pickles. I
pickles.
can eat them anytime. So is this something you should be doing kind of before you start to travel or once you're not feeling that great?
Before, absolutely.
Okay.
So if you're thinking about heading somewhere far away, like down south, dare I say that might happen this year, then you want to be taking like a probiotic supplement at least a week beforehand. And that's really great at helping to prevent things like traveler's diarrhea. So you want to make sure that your digestive tract is ready. You're ready to go.
Okay. Okay. We also want to prevent motion sickness because that's a problem for a lot of people, and especially if you haven't traveled in such a while.
Absolutely. So it could be traveling by sea, by air, even by land. A lot of people do not travel in a car very well. And a lot of us are traveling by cars this summer.
Hmm.
So ginger is really great. So ginger tea. I have ginger root here. You can slice off a piece and chew on it. There's a lot of ginger candies, things like that are available on the market. You have these really fancy sea motion or motion sickness acupressure wristbands. So these work really great for some people as well. So that can be helpful for motion sickness because you don't want to disrupt that trip like on the way there. You want to have a great time.
Yes. Now, does that prevent it, or if you've got it already, will eating
Both
ginger, will
prevent.
that? Okay.
Yeah, both prevented. A
Okay.
lot of people, pregnant women know all about this because they've been
Yes.
doing ginger and ginger tea for morning sickness.
Right, right. And then sleep is so important to our overall health when traveling.
Absolutely. So sleep is key to feeling great. And when you're traveling across time zones, what often can happen is that your sleep schedule gets disrupted. So you want to increase melatonin. So incorporate foods that encourage melatonin production, like cherries, bananas, pineapple, even oatmeal, because melatonin is a hormone that's naturally made in your own body, in your pineal gland, and it helps to regulate your sleep wake cycle. So when you're traveling, sometimes that can be thrown off, especially going into different time zones. So that's where melatonin can be helpful. And if you do take it in a supplement form, I always like to tell people start really low and increase slowly. So adapt to see how your body feels after having a little bit of it.
Okay, and just quickly, you've got some naturopathic first aid tips as well.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, clean out any wound. If you have a cut or scrape, soap and water is best. You can also use lavender essential oil and water because lavender has some antiseptic properties to it. Tea tree oil is also a really great antiseptic, so that can be applied as well as vitamin E. If you put vitamin E cream, that can help to decrease scarring, and also always have bandages on hand. Make
Okay.
sure that after you've cleaned out the wound, put any antiseptic that you are choosing to use on it. Then you're going to put a band-aid on to cover it and change that frequently, especially if it's, a little bit of a substantial
Yes.
injury.
Okay. Dr. Joyce Johnson, thanks very much for joining us, and we'll put the link up on our website, chch.com.
Thanks for having me. Take care.